Hi Taurus, welcome to your 2023 forecast. This is going to be for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to check in here and see what messages are coming up for the Taurus collective. It's going to be one card for each month. I'm going to pull the cards here real quick. January, February, March, April, May. Your cards are jumping out. June, that's a really good sign. June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. I almost forgot December. I'm going to do one more for December because we had more than one. Okay, there we go. That's not one nice little single one, December. For me in my readings, when your cards jump out like that, it's good. If you've been blocked, prepare for a year of not being blocked anymore. Is all I can tell you. We're going to connect here and see what we have coming up for the Taurus collective. Move you all just a little bit closer. So January 2023 for the Taurus. Ooh, hello. For the Taurus collective is the Ace of Pentacles. I love it. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, traditionally speaking, is going to be like new opportunities, new energy coming into a situation. So you may be kicking off the year with some kind of a new offer. It could be a new job. It could be a promotion. It could be a pay increase. It could be a living situation, but whatever it is, it's like, it could even be a romantic relationship, but whatever it is, it's new energy. It's different from previous experiences. The pentacles are oftentimes associated with money. So when we see them, we treat them as money cards generally, but the pentacles are about energy. And I always get really happy when I see the Ace of Pentacles come up for people. Those of you that watch my channel, you've heard me talk about it before. Over the years, I've noticed something doing tarot readings for people. My guides will bring up this card when the person I'm reading for is breaking out of generational curses, inherited lower vibrational energies, long-time blockages. It's very, very positive. So it's basically a card that comes into my readings to say you're coming into an upgrade. So everything in your life is going to be upgraded because you're breaking out of the old energy. You're breaking out of the stagnation, and you're coming into leveling up. So everything is going to be an upgrade. The one thing I want to tell you, Taurus, this kind of unblocking can leave us very tired. So even though you have really good things coming into your life and you may want to be like, oh my goodness, I want to strike while the iron's hot, I want to get it all in, it's going to be a good idea to try to keep your calendar light, because what I have seen with this card time and time again, when people are going through this kind of transition, like ascending into this energy, you might be very tired. You might need a lot of naps. You may have tummy troubles. You may have sinus issues, migraines more frequently than normal as a part of the clearing that's happening. So just make sure you're not pushing yourself too hard. I also feel intuitively some of you are really getting into exercise, like from like a health standpoint. Not necessarily like, oh, I want to look a certain way, or like, you know, like maybe that's afterthought, like, okay, like a nice little side effect. But I feel like some of you are feeling like, I want to be strong, I want to be healthy, I want to have energy, right? And so you may be like going in and wanting to push yourself physically. Again, when you're going through this kind of shift, easy does it. This is not the time for like extreme sports or extreme workouts, you know. Get in your workouts, go for a walk, go for a swim, do some cardio, but don't feel like you have to do the extreme stuff, and make sure that you're giving yourself rest days. Okay, resting is going to be a big part of this transition that you're going through. You're going to be busy, and it's going to be up to you to make sure that you set aside time to say, okay, all right, this is going to be the rest time, you know. I don't have to take everything in all at once. So February for the Taurus collective is the King of Cups. So this could be, this could very well be a person coming into the situation, masculine energy, water sign. So it could be a fellow, I'm not saying, oh, I'm saying fellow. I'm sorry, you're not a water sign, you're an earth sign. But maybe you're watching this because you're a water sun sign and you might have a Taurus placement. This could be somebody who is Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. And so this could be somebody, and they might be a fellow Taurus somewhere, right? They might have a Taurus placement. Forgive the little slip here when I said fellow, because I know you're not a water sign, but maybe they have Taurus placement. Could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Now, the King of Cups energy is very wonderful energy. It's oftentimes in tarot typecast as like husband, baby daddy. That can be the case for some of you. Maybe you're manifesting a husband or a baby daddy. Things may be happening in February. Maybe for some of you, this is your first having a Valentine for the first time in a long time. This could be if you're a masculine energy, you may be stepping into that King of Cups kind of vibe, King of Cups kind of energy. You may be really like, okay, I'm ready. But the King of Cups is also here going to be very generous, but strong energy. The thing I love about the King of Cups is there's a gentleness, there's a generosity, but there's also a backbone, right? So some of you Taurus may be balancing generosity with like healthy boundaries. Like, I'm not going to be generous if you're going to be disrespecting me. Or I'm not going to be generous if you're just leaving everything on my shoulders and you're not like pulling your weight. Not like a this for that, tit for tat situation, but just kind of like you're not going to give in situations where you're being taken advantage of. So there could be issues sometimes I see with the King of Cups, like you're balancing that. Like, I can be nice, I can be good, I can be there for you, but I'm not going to put up with nonsense, right? Kind of situation, kind of energy here. But King of Cups could be a person coming into the situation, water sign person, who has good intentions towards you, who intends to work with you or be in a relationship with you. I'm getting also here there could be something in terms of experiencing arts and cultures. And for some of you, this could be a gateway, opening a door into like past life stuff, past life energies, recalling or remembering past life, or just kind of coming into a very organic, natural past life regression process on your own, like a DIY past life regression journey kind of thing, through experiencing art and music of different cultures. Even if you're not traveling, even if you're not going anywhere in 2023, you may just be feeling pulled or called to certain cultures. You may be just experiencing those in whatever way, and there could be something here with like remembering past lives for some of you, which is interesting. If that does happen for you, please come back and let me know in the comments. But I definitely do feel there could be that aspect here for some of you Taurus. March 2023. Ooh, you guys are kicking it off nice. We have the World. Okay, Major Arcana. So the Major Arcana cards are going to come up anytime it's a significant new chapter in our life. It's a defining moment. The things that we're dealing with, the things that we're experiencing are directly connected with what we came here to master and what we came here to experience. What I find very interesting is that I was just talking about like different cultures, right? The world, the world in its entirety. And here we have the world. So there could be a very literal aspect of this for some of you Taurians out there. Maybe you are traveling. Maybe you are manifesting travel, but you may also be experiencing other cultures as a part of your journey, as a part of your healing and your ascension. If you're doing something in terms of work, you may be going into an international market. You may be expanding into doing business overseas, traveling overseas for work. But this could also be something going viral if you're doing something on social media, making a name for yourself. But the World card also is about closing out karmic cycles and patterns to where you're never going to have to repeat them ever again. And now you get to graduate. You get to go on to bigger and better things. There's an element of the World card for me also that comes up with like feeling very comfortable in your own skin. So there could be certain things about you that have held you back. Maybe there's things you've been wanting to do for a long time and you're like, well, I can't because I don't have this kind of situation in my life, right? I still have things about my life that aren't perfect, or I have things about my physical appearance that are not perfect or not in alignment with like beauty standards or whatever it might be. So there could be some things, physical things, material things that have been holding you back from doing certain things because you think you're going to be judged or people aren't going to take you seriously. But sometimes the World card comes up for me when you're falling in love with yourself in a very healthy, non-narcissistic kind of way. And there's just complete and total, just embracing, like seeing your beauty, seeing your value as it is, and realizing that there's nothing wrong with you. Realizing that, you're wonderful, you're terrific. And so there's this sense of like feeling like good about yourself and being able to put yourself out there like, here I am, you lucky people, take it all in, So this kind of energy, not in a conceited way, but in a confident way, and in a way where you know what you're bringing to the table, you know what you have to offer, and you know the other things don't really matter in the bigger scheme of things, in the grand scale, in the big picture. It doesn't matter. And so I feel like whatever's been holding you back, you're releasing it. It's not holding you back anymore. And you're going to be, accomplishing things, doing things. Some of you are crossing some really big things off your bucket list. And maybe you haven't done it again because you thought you had to be a certain way before you did those things. But guess what? I feel like some of you are coming into this really healthy confidence and not letting anything hold you back and just really living life and enjoying life. April 2023 for the Taurus collective. Ooh, we have Queen of Swords. Let me make sure this is April. I'm pretty sure January, February, March. Yes, it is April. Queen of Swords. This could be a feminine air sign person, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I'm going to say more so sun, moon, or rising because sometimes I think Venus is more when the major arcana card comes up, but, it could be different for different situations. It could be an aspect of yourself. If you have air sign placements, you may be focusing on those houses or those areas of your life. You may be trying to get things in order in those houses or in those areas of your life. You may be dealing with an air sign person. But there could also be a sense of boundaries here. So even if you're working on aspects of air sign placements that you have, there could be something in terms of like discipline. Like you're having to really discipline yourself. Maybe the boundaries are with yourself, time management. I do feel that some of you Taurus are going to have a really increase in your intuition and in your spiritual connection. And this can become a little addicting. And I think sometimes people who do spiritual work or people who have spiritual gifts can come off to other people like they kind of stereotype that, oh, this person's kooky, this person's kind of out there. And sometimes it's because we forget to ground ourselves, or we forget to come back down to the physical realm, right? Or we're just kind of always like in between, right? Like we're kind of just coasting with our feet just a couple of inches off the ground. And so there's something here I feel for some of you where you might be having a lot of epiphanies. You may be having a lot of revelations. You may be having a lot of beautiful spiritual, psychic guidance coming in. But you're going to have to be sure that you're disciplining yourself to connect to the physical realm, to ground yourself, to be in the here and now, and not get lost in the ether, so to speak. It could also be boundaries in terms of like staying disciplined and focused on what you're trying to accomplish. Okay. So the things you're trying to get done, making sure that you're staying focused, making sure that you're not letting anybody or anything get in the way. Some of you have had some really big goals and it's fallen by the wayside, and you're just going to have to roll up your sleeves and say, it's going to happen. I keep saying next year, or this is going to be the year, this is going to be the year. This is the last time I'm saying this is going to be the year, because this time I'm going to actually get it done. And so I feel a sense of like rolling up your sleeves and getting to work, and not allowing people to like get in the way or distract you. If you are saving money for something, like say you're doing something that's going to require you to invest in it financially, you're going to have to put some money into it. Don't tell people that you're doing that. Don't tell people that you're doing something that you're investing money into, or that they're gonna know, oh, well, like they're gonna figure out, oh, that means you must be saving up money, or that must mean you have money somewhere, right? Like if you were gonna tell somebody, oh, I'm gonna be renting out office space, or I'm gonna be manufacturing, I don't know, some product, right? Oh, well, you must have money that you're going to get that going, right? And so maybe you're putting money aside. Don't tell people that, because I feel for some of you, the boundary is that people in your life tend to have conveniently for them, like some kind of financial emergency every single time you're about to do something big. And then you feel like, oh, well, I got to hand this over then, right? And then you're not able to do what you were going to do because you felt like you had to help somebody close to you in like a financial emergency. But if people don't know you have this money that you're putting aside, it's going to be interesting, Taurus. Pay attention. Pay attention. If people think you're not putting money aside, or they don't know you have money coming in, pay attention and notice that they may be having these emergencies less frequently. Just pay attention to that, okay? But I feel like there's a sense here of like being more disciplined with your time, your resources, and focused, and not letting yourself get distracted. The next card coming up here for May of 2023 for the Taurus Collective is the Justice card. Now, this is interesting because we're going from the Queen of Swords to the Justice card, right? There's that air element where April and May, we have this air element. Justice is the major arcana card associated with Libra, okay? Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you have Libra placements, there can be really big shifts and really big changes happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. So I was just saying, maybe you have an air sign placement. Maybe your air sign placement is Libra, or you have a Libra placement. You may be getting really focused on it in April, and then May, boom, big change, big shift in a good way, in a positive way. This could also be coming up in the way of like a contract that might be offered to you. You may be coming into some kind of a contract. Maybe somebody's wanting to give you a podcast or a TV show, or they're wanting to do business with you in some way. Sometimes the Justice card can come up to indicate that there are contracts at work, contracts at play. Now, traditionally speaking, the Justice card is associated with court cases and legal matters, and comes in with the message that everything is going to be handled fairly and properly, and like it's going to be a fair solution, a fair outcome. That being said, I just want to say this for those of you that might be wanting to reach out and schedule a private reading. I do not do readings on court cases. I'm never going to do a reading on a court case or on a legal issue. So do keep that in mind. I know I'm saying what traditionally this card is sometimes associated with, but don't be like, oh my gosh, let me book a reading and see if that applies to my court case, because I'm not going to do a reading on a court case. There are a lot of readers that do, okay, but I want to let you all know that. Contracts, agreements, legal matters. I do feel that there's a literal sense of justice here with this card. Like, as we're looking at the card and it says justice, I feel there's like a literal sense of justice for some of you in a karmic way. Okay, so there could be something that you're feeling is unfair, or something that maybe it appears this person got away with doing something inappropriate or unethical, or downright dark. And so there could be something here happening for some of you in May where this person is having to answer for the things that they've done. Now, this is a really, I just got chills. This is a really big one. Some of you may be getting called into the courtroom. I don't know if character witness is the right word, but there could be someone that wronged you in some way. Okay? And so they may be getting in trouble with the law. And so maybe in that investigation, someone might be reaching out to you and saying, hey, Taurus, you know so-and-so, and they're in trouble for this situation. Have you had a similar experience with them? And so through that investigation process, you might get questioned. And then when it goes to court, the prosecutor or the plaintiff may reach out to you and say, hey, we would like you to come in and testify and tell the court what happened with you with this person. So even if they're not getting called in for what happened with you, you may be getting called in to tell the story and to like set that precedent or to set that pattern, to show, oh no, this person has this pattern, and I believe the person who's bringing this claim to the court because the same thing happened to me with this person. So that's a deep message. That is heavy. That is really heavy. But some of you may be getting called in this way. For some of you, it can be within a religious organization. Some religious organizations tend to have their own little groups of counsel, or their own matters that they review and they handle within the religious organization or within the church. So it could be something within a religious organization for some of you, that, oh, this person got away with misusing their power. But now, right now, here's a case. Here's a case that's building. And so some of you may be coming in to remind them that, hey, this is not something new and it needs to be dealt with. So there could be that element of justice here for some of you with this card. June. Let's look at June. Ooh, we have Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands could be feminine fire sign energy. Could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. If you have fire sign placements, you may be focusing on those houses or on those areas of your life. You may be encountering someone with the Queen of Wands characteristics, or you yourself may be stepping into the Queen of Wands characteristics. So the Queen of Wands is the life of the party. She's very confident. She's very independent. She's very funny, attractive, enticing. People want to be with her. People are very attracted to her. So you may be stepping into this energy, or you may be meeting someone with this energy. There could be just a sense of kind of going for what you want. Again, a high level of confidence. Now, I do have to say something about this card, especially for those of you who might find yourself in a situation in the previous month where there may be a situation that like somebody wronged you, and you may be having to revisit that time of your life. Queen of Wands sometimes comes up for me in my readings when we're angry. Like there's anger coming to the surface. That's not a negative thing, because anger can be, it's energy that we can put to use. It can be a very powerful tool. It's like fire. Fire in itself is not something bad or negative. It can be very beneficial. Fire can keep us warm. It can protect us from wild animals, like out in the wilderness. It can be used to refine metals and perform alchemy. It can be used to make tools. It can be used to make glass. It can be used to cook our food. It can be used for many, many beneficial things. It can also be extremely destructive. But speaking of fire, that's gonna drive me nuts. Let me put a little tea light in there here for real quick. 1 second. Okay, so as I was saying, fire can do a lot of really great beneficial things. We can create things and make things with fire, but it can also be destructive. So it comes down to how we use it. There could be a lot of anger coming to the surface for some of you in the month of June. And don't see it as negative. Resist the urge to push it down or to ignore it and say, oh, I'm just going to be positive. Because if you do that, you begin to create blockages. Honor your feelings and use that anger as motivation to build, to create, and to make change. Okay, to create change in your life. You might be getting frustrated for some of you, like in a work situation where you're like, they're not compensating me fairly for what I'm bringing to the table. In that frustration, you may be so frustrated and so sick and tired of it that you're aiming for better, you're aiming for higher, and you're going to get it very quickly. You're going to have a quick transition into like a big upgrade because you're fed up and you're done. You know what you deserve, and you're going to get it very quickly in matters of employment or career. Queen of Wands is also like sometimes a self-employment card for me. So some of you may be having a lot of growth, a lot of, I'm not going to say luck because it's coming in through hard work, but you may be having just a really positive things happening for you in matters of business or self-employment. Now, the next card coming up here for the Taurus Collective, and this is for July. Ooh, July 2023. The Knight of Swords. So we have this really interesting tension building. It's starting in April, May, June, July. There's this like building of tension, right? And so there could be arguments or disagreements happening in July, because Knight of Swords can be drama. It can be disagreeing. It can be a person that's coming into a situation and making demands, and they're just not open to reasoning at all. They just kind of want to make you do it their way. So there could be some conflict that's like bubbling or brewing that's coming to a head in July. So we need to pull clarifiers around this and get a better idea of what in the world is going on. Why is the Knight of Swords here, please? Please show us clarifier 1, clarifier 2, clarifier 3. Okay, my dears. I kind of have my grandmother coming in right now. And she does not she does not make appearances lightly. There's something very karmic happening here, Taurus. Very, very karmic. I feel, and you guys know I'm not a negative Nancy. I don't like to come in and be like, oh, people are like, conspiring against you and watch your back. And that's not my style at all. But I feel here, Taurus, something is, you have great success. You have wonderful things that are happening for you. And there's somebody who wants to undo that for you. And when they're not being successful, they're coming at you. They're coming at you in a negative way. They're coming at you in a way because they just want to bring you down. And so you may be in the energy where you are shutting this person down because they're not giving you any other choice. You may be saying, oh, I'm not going to get involved in the drama and I'm just going to ignore this. There could just be somebody who's so filled with jealousy and resentment that they're just they're coming at you. And so there could be a disagreement here where it's being shut down. The grandmother energy that's coming in, like I said, she doesn't make appearances lightly, only when it's a very, something that she sees to be a very serious situation. And she comes in to say, I got it. I'm going to handle this. I'm going to handle this from the other side. And so it could be something that you may even have your ancestors from the other side coming into this situation, to protect you and to see that there's this karmic justice served. Because when people try to harm you, when you have nothing but love in your heart, when you're wishing other people good and you want everyone to do well and you want everyone to succeed, but somebody is meaning you harm, what they are calling onto themselves is not pretty. And I feel someone is doing that in this sense with the Taurus collective, that they're gonna have to deal with consequences here because Taurus, you may be hard for all of this, right? I cried, I put in my time, I paid my karma, right? I deserve to have this, and somebody wants to come in and try to do harm or tear it down. They're gonna have to deal with all kinds of karmic justice. But we're gonna look at clarifiers here. Clarifier 1 is the Death card. Something's getting shut down. Somebody's getting shut down. 2 of Wands. And the 7 of Cups. Honey, they're not even going to know what hit them. They're not even going to know what hit them. They don't even know. They don't even know. Woo! Okay. There could be Scorpio energy here. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. I have to laugh because we're talking about jealousy and here comes Scorpio. If you are a Scorpio cross-watching or if you have a Scorpio placement, don't get offended. I'm a Scorpio sun. I'm a Scorpio sun, a Taurus moon, Libra rising, Virgo Venus. So I can be playful here about the Scorpio and Taurus energies. I can laugh because there's nothing more terrifying than a low vibrational Scorpio. So some of you could have a Scorpio that's coming at you. And the Two of Wands makes me feel like they might be acting like they're here to help you. They're here to have your back. They're here to work with you, but they may be doing some kind of like drilling holes in the boat when you're not looking. They may be doing damage behind the scenes or behind your back. They may be talking about you behind your back. They may be seeing to it that, like, maybe there's certain phone calls or messages that are coming in and they're not giving them to you. They could be doing something to try to sabotage or maybe even break up a relationship or something. But I just feel like Spirit's not going to allow it. Spirit's not going to allow it. It's going to be shut down very, very quickly. Like, it's going to be revealed and it's going to be shut down very quickly. So you may end the partnership with this person. Like, if you have a business, you may fire this person. If you're partners, you may dissolve the partnership. If you have Scorpio placements, it could be a big change and a big shift happening for you in that in that house or in that area of your life. But there's a sense here of like putting an end to it. Like, this is not going to continue. This is not going to happen. And it could even be to the sense of like, I don't know. I don't want to get too much because I feel like it brings down the vibe. I don't want to bring it down the vibe. I'm just going to say this, Taurus. You are protected, okay? You are loved. You're a child of God. You may have to put some really serious boundaries here between yourself and this other person. But I also feel like the universe is handling it. The universe is on it, right? We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it at that. Alrighty. Let's put this here. Where were we? That was July, correct? Let me see. August, September, October, November, December. Alright, so now we have some happy, good stuff coming in. After all of that intense energy, we have in August the Three of Cups. Three of Cups could be good news and celebrations. It could be engagement. Sometimes this card comes up with engagements or birth birth or pregnancy announcements. This could be coming together and celebrating some good news or some significant milestone. There could be something here, like some of you may be receiving test results and you may be having a party to celebrate, like passing some kind of exam that you had to take. With the Three of Cups, it can also be like soul tribe, soul family, community of like-minded people. And the Three of Cups for me is a card that, and this is just for me in my readings, one of the things I've noticed over the years reading for people, sometimes this card comes up for me for people when you're healing from, gosh, this is getting deep. This is giving me chills. You're healing from like the feminine wound, okay? Where you've dealt with a lot of toxic feminine energy. We talk an awful lot about toxic masculinity, but for some reason we completely forget about toxic femininity. It is real and it does exist, right? And so some of you have dealt with toxic femininity. You've dealt with overly critical feminine energies, right? Maybe it's from childhood. Maybe your maternal figure behaved more like a jealous sibling than a mother or a maternal figure. Maybe she was very critical and very judging, very like tearing down. You might have experienced a lot of that, mean girl energy in school. with friendship or dating, being friends with women or dating women, you may have come across a lot of like the jumping through hoops, like trying to give and give and give and give and win favor and prove yourself, right? To look a certain way, to provide certain things materially, to have certain things materially, to be deemed as worthy or acceptable. Gossiping, backstabbing energy. You might have experienced these kinds of encounters with feminine energy. And so the Three of Cups for me is like it's coming up when you're healing and you're beginning to step into higher vibrational feminine energy and to be around higher vibrational feminine energy. Some of you, and I tend to lose subscribers when I say this, but then I sometimes gain new ones. The goddess thing is really big right now. It's massive, and it has been for a while. And I'm not against it. I'm not against the whole goddess thing. I understand, people have the belief to see themselves as individual gods and goddesses, and I totally get that in the sense of creating and, vibrational and manifesting. I understand that. But sometimes the whole goddess thing can go, the God thing too, can go a little too far, like a little too much, a little too extreme, a little too demanding. And so some of you may be coming out of that energy, and you may be balancing your own feminine energies, or you may be realizing, oh, okay, well, yes, there's goddess energy, but this is like enslavement, and I'm not looking for enslavement, right? You may be stepping away from that, and you may be coming into higher vibrational energies and healing from that feminine wound. Okay. There was something else I wanted to say about the card. Okay, I just remembered it. I was like, this is important. So this whole thing that we had from April to like June, July, that was like escalating, and this jealous energy, it could be with a female. Okay, it could be with a female. And it could be, I'm sorry to say, somebody within family. So it may not be a coworker, right? It may not be a coworker or even a friend. If it's a friend, it may be a very, very close friend. Somebody that you see as like a sister. But it could be happening from like within family, where there's a female who's just burning with jealousy. And it's sad. Just wish them love. I mean, you have a right to be angry and to put a stop to it, to end it, to cut that cord. But try to heal from it. Understand it's coming from their fear and their insecurity, and just release it. Try not to hold resentment for it, and just stay in your high vibrational energy. The next card that's coming up here for the collective. Oh, Taurus, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, my darlings. So the Three of Cups is making me feel, seeing your next card, Three of Cups is making me feel there may be people who know how hurt you are by the situation, and they're coming up, and they are like supporting you. They're trying to comfort you. They're trying to say, it's okay, we're here for you, we love you, we got you. It could be other women, it could be other like feminine energies who are trying to like come up and hold space and be reassuring that you're loved, and people want to have you around despite this nasty energy you encountered. But the next card here, September, for September, we have the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling a little sad. You're feeling a little sad. Sometimes Eight of Swords comes up when we feel stuck or we're looking to be rescued. However, with your previous cards, Taurus, it's very clear that you have broken out of a lot and you've accomplished a lot and really good things are happening for you. Unfortunately, there's this jealous energy. Some of you may be clearing something karmic. Like I said, there could be a court case or something some of you are stepping into. And you may be receiving support. But as we're getting into September, it's like some of you are just feeling very sad at like, you know, like why did this have to come up, or why did this have to happen, or you know, you might feel like things are like raining on your parade, right? um it kind of, I don't know why, like spirit is showing me, oh Taurus, okay, spirit is showing me the scene from Fiddler on the Roof when Tevye is really just, he's finally accepting that his daughter's getting married to somebody that he didn't want her to marry. And he's finally becoming happy. Like, my daughter's happy. This guy's not so bad. This is a beautiful wedding. We're all having a good time. We're dancing. Like he's finally beginning to feel happy. And in that moment, the soldiers come in on the horses and they just, you know, tear everything down, and they chase all the people off, and they ruin the whole celebration. And he's just standing there looking at everything, and he's just like, what the heck just happened? What the heck just, like they come in and they tear up the wedding presents, and like it was just really sad. And so I feel some of you are feeling like that. Like, I'm happy, all these wonderful things are happening, and somebody just has to come in and like do something so nasty towards me. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting, and some of you are gonna unfortunately be tempted to fall into the thinking of, well, I'm not meant to be happy. It's always going to rain on my parade, or something bad is always going to happen to me, or, you know, oh, people always hate me. And so you may be feeling stuck in that way. That even if my life is good, even if I'm manifesting good things, even if I'm making progress, the people around me just aren't going to let me be happy. But there's a lesson in that, my darlings, and that is that haters are always going to hate. Haters are going to hate. It's up to us not to internalize it and not to let them rain on our parade. For some of you, you may be manifesting marriage, and this situation could be happening, like it could be an in-law thing. God forbid, knock on wood. It could be, but it's going to be up to you not to dwell in it, not to sink down into that sadness, and know that the situation's not as bad as you think. It's going to pass, it's going to clear, and you can move ahead, right? So I feel that things are very good for you in your like money, in your love life, in your self-esteem, but you might be feeling as though somebody is coming in and like you know, just trying to take that away from you. So it's going to keep happening if we allow it to keep happening. But if we can get to the point to say, I'm not going to internalize this, and I'm going to realize there's always going to be people who are jealous, there's always going to be people who are insecure, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm going to be grateful for what I have, and I'm going to focus on what I have. The next card that's coming up here for the collective, October, is the Four of Cups. Now, this can be coming up in a few different ways. Sometimes the Four of Cups comes up when we're so focused on something that's making us sad that we don't see the good things that are coming in. So Taurus, I'm just going to say this. I'm saying this with love. I'm saying this with great love. Attitude adjustment. Attitude, as we're coming towards the fall and into the end of 2023, attitude adjustment. This is really hurting your feelings. It's hurting your feelings in a really big way, and I can understand that. But you need to focus on what you have and not allow this thing to completely derail you or sidetrack you from all the wonderful things that have been happening. Four of Cups also comes up for me in my readings when we're raising the bar, right? You had a lot of really great things happening for you in 2023, and they're wonderful. But you might begin to see like things that are lacking. Like, I really thought that I was going to be super happy when I had these certain things. And I'm happy and I'm grateful. I'm glad that I have it. But now I'm realizing what's missing. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong to realize that we want more than what we have. It doesn't make us ungrateful. But now you're raising the bar. Like, thank you for what I have, but I also want this, or I'm realizing that I also need this. And so you're raising the bar and you're manifesting. Some of you have heard me say this before. The Four of Cups sometimes makes me think of what Rumi wrote about when he wrote about divine discontentment. That moment when you realize, I'm a child of God, I'm a child of the universe, I have just as much right as anybody else to be here and to be loved and to be happy. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing these people have these good situations in their life or these positive things in their life. I deserve it too, right? They're no better than I am. I deserve it too. So we may be raising the bar. Like, I deserve these things also. And so it's not a negative thing. You know, be in gratitude for what you have and know that you are calling in or manifesting more, manifesting higher. And just try to remind yourself and list off the things that you're grateful or you have gratitude for. November is the Six of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles is generosity. We may be being generous towards somebody else. Maybe you're thinking, hey, you know, I had a really great year. It's the end of the year. It's the holiday season. And so maybe you're wanting to be generous towards others. You may be doing some kind of big gift or something big to pay forward the blessings you've had in your life in 2023. There could also be, with the Six of Pentacles, getting out of debt. So if you've had debts, things could be happening that by November of 2023, you are free and clear of debt. Debts are paid off, debts are cleared. So maybe you have, I don't know, it could even be as simple as like paying off a car or paying off a house or paying off back taxes. But there could be something here that like you're free and clear in terms of debts by November. You may be receiving generosity or kindness from someone else. Sometimes the Six of Pentacles comes up when somebody is being kind or generous towards us. But with the level of good things happening in your life in 2023, I would feel that you would be more likely being generous towards somebody else. Some of you may be opening up your home for fostering children. I'm getting that sense intuitively. Some of you may be doing something in terms of fostering kids or adopting. Six of Pentacles, I'm also feeling the sense or the vibe of reciprocal energy, like giving and taking. So some of you may be feeling like you're beginning to I hate to say this, Taurus, some of you are going to have a family rift, right? We said that. Maybe it's your blood family, maybe it's in-laws, but maybe it's both. maybe it's the Hatfields and McCoys here, but I feel here with the Six of Pentacles, there's like some kind of a truce, an exchange, a give and take, a rebuilding, like making amends, moving on, moving forward, because keep in mind, Pentacles can be money, but it's also energy. And Six of Pentacles is that flow, that universal flow, that universal cycle. So I feel like there's some give and take energy in a positive way for some of you within a family dynamic or group dynamic where it's like, okay, you know what, like you're one of us, or we're accepting you, right? Kind of sense or feeling here. December. Knight of Cups. This could be a water sign person, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. If you have water sign placements, it could be you focusing on those houses or those aspects of yourself. You may have some inspired ideas. The Knight of Cups can be like romantic energy, like confessions of love, somebody professing love, or a romantic partner stepping up and wanting to be more romantic, like bringing the romance back into a relationship. But the Knight of Cups can also be the pursuit of the things that make the heart smile, beauty, adventure, inspiration. It can also be very creative energy. So I'm just going to say this, Taurus, you're going to have a lot of really great things happening for you in the year. You're going to get to the summertime. Summertime, there's going to be some tension. There's going to be some conflict. A lot of it is coming from jealousy or resentment. It's going to hurt your feelings. You're going to regain your focus. You're going to realize how much you have to be grateful for. You're going to get back on track, and you're going to see the beauty in life again. I have so much to be happy for. I accomplished all these wonderful things this year. I was able to, do good this year. And now I'm feeling inspired and excited about my life moving forward and the things I'm going to create in the coming year, and enjoy the things I have and just see the beauty in the world, the beauty in people, the beauty in life. And so I feel like you're getting your joy back here with this Knight of Cups. You might want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. If this is none of those for you, there's a playlist in the description that will take you to the other forecasts. There's also the playlist in the description for the weekly forecast, the love readings. And if you want to schedule a private reading with me, link in the description. That will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous 2023, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys in the videos in 2023, in the weeklies and the daily messages. Take care and be well, my darlings.